May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is January 26th. So what is QuantBox? QuantBox is your global macroeconomic Quant-in-a-Box. It's very simple. It's a fundamental tool that you can use to gain an edge on your trading by having a fundamental bias. Now, normally, you have to draw this stuff. You have to go find COT data, retail sentiment, seasonality, economic data, put everything together in an Excel spreadsheet, and then say, okay, cool, I'm a bull or a bear. We do that for you. And the best thing about it is that weekly trial is just $7.90. Give it a bash. I'm going to show you how we use it. So what we do in our sessions is we look at a market heat map, and we then identify the strongest pairs and the weakest pairs. And we then look for opportunities to trade them. So the strategy is basic. If we've got bearish pairs, like the biggest losers for the last session, then have we got a bullish bias on those pairs, and has price come down to support? Or alternatively, have we got very bullish pairs that are bearish in bias and have come up to resistance? Now, of course, if we've got bullish trends and we've got these bullish pairs, then can you continue the trend? Or if you've got very bearish pairs and you have a bearish bias, can you continue that trend? I'll show you how it works. So we'll start off over here. So we can see here Kiwi Yen coming up as one of our top gainers. We've got Euro CAD, Kiwi CAD, USD CAD, Aussie CAD. So if we look at Kiwi Yen over here quickly, we can jump in over here. We can say, cool, Kiwi Yen currently coming through with a bias of neutral. We then jump into our charts. Go look at Kiwi Yen. And we say, right, bias of neutral on the daily. Okay, cool. You can see we've trapped it in a range. It's still stuck in that range. I'm going to just leave that alone. Okay. I want to see these breakouts. I can actually trade this trend at some point in time. Not really keen on trading something that's inside there at this present moment in time. Okay. We then take a look at the next currency pair, and that being Euro CAD. And Euro CAD coming through neutral. So as you can see, EuroCAD currently from a positional perspective, all the way up here in bullish pivot points. And we've come off of the bullish zone over here at the start of the month, which means the target currently is this over here. If we take a look at the H4, we can see looking pretty rangy. If we include this wick over here, you can see there looking pretty rangy. You're coming up to weekly R1 at the moment. No real higher highs and higher lows, but no real lower lows and lower highs either. You can see price came down, made this higher low, and price is the process of either making a higher high or collapsing at the top of this range. If you view this as a potential opportunity to sell, all you're doing right now is you're simply looking at an M15 chart or H1 chart, and you're looking for price to then break out of this range, pull back for a sell, okay? And you'll verify that in this time frame, your M5 time frame, and your M1 time frame, okay? Make sure it's bearish across time frames. And I have spoken about this in previous videos. So you know what it looks like, 21 below the 55. Just make sure it's bearish on both your M15, M5, and M1. And ultimately, you're starting a pullback once price is made a low low. Excuse me. We then take a look at the next currency pair, which would be Kiwi CAD. Let's start over here. So Kiwi CAD strong buy. Sorry, did I just jump into? Okay, that's fine. Kiwi CAD strong buy. Let's have a look and see what Kiwi CAD looks like on our technicals. All right, let me just quickly adjust this template. Okay, so we definitely had price inside this range before. You can see price earlier, a few days ago, came down top of the range, and then it's now shooting up. So if you bought this a few days ago, that's great. If you're looking at it right now, we can actually move this range like that. Okay. Looking at the H4 time frame, you can see they're still very rangy. Strong buy right now. You add a weekly M3 at top of the range. You're not going to buy that over there. So you move on. We then say, cool, that was Kiwi CAD. How about USD CAD? Coming through neutral, let's have a look and see USD CAD. Okay, so USD CAD, we blocked everything in the range, still inside that range, so we leave that alone. If you were looking to trade the range, you're currently no longer at the bottom of the range. There were some opportunities earlier this week at the bottom of the range. I think we spoke about that in previous videos, where you could have verified that in lower time frames and taken that up, right? If you're looking to trade a trend, you're waiting for price to break out of this range. Taking a look at Aussie CAD. Okay, neutral. Currently above a profit-taking zone. Currently above a weekly profit-taking zone. If you're looking for selling opportunities here, very simple. On a lower time frame chart, you're looking for lower lows, lower highs. You want your 21 to cross your 55. If price comes up to here, for example, let's just say price comes up to this resistance over here, which it's currently at right now. All you're doing on a lower time frame, M5, is looking for indication of low, low, lower high. That's currently bearish right now. Okay, M1. On M1, you'll be looking for a lower low, lower high, just to finish it off. Okay, you can see higher highs and higher lows. M1, wait for that lower low, lower high, 21 across the 55. You can then pull the trigger on that. Okay, so verify that down the various time frames. Okay, cool. Let's go through the bottoms here. So we got Kiwi, pound Kiwi. So pound Kiwi coming through with a strong sell. So look at pound Kiwi. Okay, very rangy. I'm going to leave that alone. Let's actually just trap us in the range. Not interested in that. Let's take a look at pound dollar. Pound dollar coming through with a neutral bias. And currently top of the range. Okay, so if you're looking to sell that, then you know exactly what you're doing. Let's just extend this range over here. Okay, let's change the color of this block so it's easier to see. Okay, currently the weekly M3 came off a weekly M2, very tight range. If you are trading this range, what you're doing on the M15 time frame is looking for that lower low, lower high. You can see here's your range over here. Price just broke out of it. So if you're looking at this green candle here, with price closes bottom of the range, just go to M5. That's, you can see they're currently bearish M5. Look at your M1, bearish M1. Okay, a little bit late right now though. Currently coming down. You have to wait for the next lower high. You could wait for that on either the M15, M5, or M1. I'd say wait for M15. Let price actually close at this resistance properly, and then go to your M5 and M1 and just verify that down. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Okay, cool. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie coming through with a bearish bias. Okay, pound Aussie currently in a monthly profit-taking zone and a weekly profit-taking zone. You can see H1 not looking really bullish, incredibly bullish, sorry. You want to see price closing at support. Once you see that, you then verify down the lower time frames. Just notice that right now price is at a 21 EMA. Wouldn't sell here because you're just way too low. But observe how price behaves with this. Does price come down to make a lower low? Price makes a higher low and then comes up and pulls back down. That pull back down, you're paying attention to that in terms of taking price back up to a weekly central or a monthly central. Even though it's a sell, the reason why you're executing that is because of that profit-taking zone, okay? Because you can't sell right now, it's way too low. And then CAD Swissy. CAD Swissy over here coming through with a bias of bullish. This is one of those examples where you got a bearish pair, but you got a bullish bias. Have we come down to support? You can see they're currently stuck in the range. So just leave that alone. Cool. So that's what you do. That's how you do it. Very handy tool, this market heat map. Look at it at the start of every market open. Verify your bias over here. Verify your bias technically. and then you potentially get into trades that you have verified on low time frames using tactics. This refreshes constantly. Well, you have to refresh the page, but it updates constantly. So you can check this throughout the day and then match that accordingly, and you can look for opportunities to trade. It saves a lot of time. You can see how quickly we've gone through a number of different pairs and spotted a number of different opportunities. We have to wait for them to set up in a lot of cases. We have to verify them in some other cases. But that's a very, very handy tool, and it's certainly worth a couple of bucks for a weekly trial just to see how it helps you in your trading. Remember, stay disciplined, stay patient, stay liquid, and I'll see you fine human beings tomorrow. Have a good day.